everyone, it's Clint Salter, your host for Dance Teachers Unite for 2015. Now, don't turn off these masterclasses because I know we're talking about the numbers and I know that a lot of you don't get excited by the numbers, but the reason this is day number 2 is because it's so important that you as studio owners, as dance teachers get a good relationship with the numbers and the finances in your business. So I've brought on some gurus to talk about the numbers and to make you really fall in love with the numbers. And yes, it is possible. Today's guest is the founder of Financial Groove. Hello, Jessica Scheitler. How are you?
Hi, Clint. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm awesome. It is, pretty early in the morning in lovely Sydney, but I'm doing very, very well. Jessica, for those that don't know much about you and your business and how you help studio owners, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and what's your big mission in the world?
Sure, absolutely. I am the owner and founder of Financial Groove. We say our tagline is that we bridge the gap between creativity and business. So this company that I started basically does bookkeeping services, accounting services, tax services. I represent people in audits. And the biggest thing is that we incorporate business coaching so that the numbers that we produce for you, you can actually understand and do something with them. Our big mission in the world is that I want to advance the arts. So by giving artists and dance studios and people in the arts and entertainment industry a foundation in their business and making sure that their numbers are sound, then hopefully I can help you make your lives more successful and therefore make the arts world a better place.
Yeah, a better place as well that is more profitable for, the studio owner, because you would know these guys are like spending hours and hours working on their business and they're giving so much to their students and their teachers. And sometimes there's no money in the bank. So I guess I want to start with, why is it important that, as a studio owner, that we have an understanding of our numbers? Why is that important?
Well, ultimately, we want to make sure that you can translate your financial data into what's actually going on in your business. So when I'm looking at a profit and loss report or a balance sheet, I can see there are problems in certain places, or I can see there are opportunities in certain places. And I have a feeling, or I know that most business owners, most studio owners feel that in their gut a lot of times. They know there's something wrong, or they know there's something going on in the studio. But with the numbers, that gives you a concrete foundation to go back on. So if you make sure that your numbers are accurate, if you make sure that your accounting is sound and is giving you a whole picture, then you can use that to give you warning signs before, moms start an uprising and everyone does exodus from the studio, or you can see, wow, this program is doing really, really well in the numbers. So let me expand on that. I'm getting good feedback on the front lines, and I can also see that in a concrete way in the numbers. So it's really going to reinforce what you're feeling in your gut and seeing it on the front lines.
Totally. Now, let's kind of cater, because we've got studio owners and teachers that are like brand new. Maybe they're just about to open, this season or next year. And then we've got veterans, people that have been in their studio for maybe 30, 40, some even now 50 years running their dance studio. So if I was a new studio owner, and we get this question all the time from our members, and they're about to start up, okay? They're about to start their business. What are some things, some numbers, those financial reports? What are some of those things we need to be aware of before we kind of jump in and go for it?
Before jumping in, Well, for a new studio owner, you need to be aware that it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows when you start out. You have to just commit to doing what it takes, and you're going to lose money. That's actually a normal thing, that you lose money in the first couple of years. However, that being said, and I see this a lot of new studio owners that go into or have been in business, we'll call it 5 years and so on, they get used to that losing money. because they're doing this for the love of it. And that's great, but we want to stay in business past that first 5-year hump. So even though you're doing it for the love of it, we want to make sure that you don't get used to just losing money. So when you're spending money, you want to spend money on things that will, the reason you're spending that money is in order to make money. So I'm going to invest money into marketing so that I can bring more income in. So basically, it's really important to think about why you're purchasing things, and then to later come back and look and see, did this purchase make sense? Did this really help my business in the long run? And sometimes it is a very long run to see how much it helps you. And that's okay. I'm not saying get rid of everything. You're not allowed to spend anything. I'm saying we want to spend smart, basically.
Yeah, and I love that. You know that I'm an advocate for spending money on marketing that works, but we've got to test all of our marketing. A great example is, a lot of online marketing now, we can trace back to actually see, okay, that email address for that free trial costs me $5.30, and that's a great thing, is we can get a return on our investment. We can then work out, did that trial convert into an enrollment, and then how much acquisition, what is our kind of acquisition cost for a new student? I mean, we can work those things out now more than we ever could. Back in the newspaper days, when we used to put an ad in a newspaper and get a couple of phone calls or someone's mum told someone about this and then they came in. I mean, it's a lot easier for us to track those numbers. So when it comes to tracking the numbers in our business, what reports do we need to have? Do we need talk us kind of through those basic things? So you talked about profit and loss, you've talked about a balance sheet. Can you break it down for us? Tell us, what are these things that we need to know in our business? What are these magic numbers?